The deep sea has always been a place of wonder and fear. But what happens when ordinary people stumble upon the unexplainable? In this video, fishermen, divers, and explorers capture creatures that don't belong in any textbook. Some beautiful, some terrifying, all mysterious. So watch closely, because once you see them, you might never look at the ocean the same way again. Somewhere out on the Caribbean Sea in 2021, a group of fishermen experienced something they still struggle to explain. They had pulled up their nets expecting another long day's catch, but what they caught wasn't a fish at all. The creature thrashed and wailed with a sound so raw, almost like it was crying out in pain. The struggle went on until it finally grew weak, and that's when one fisherman, unable to watch it suffer any longer, did the unthinkable. He let it go. His crewmates were furious. They believed he had just thrown away the only real proof that the ocean still hides beings humans refuse to acknowledge, but he insisted that whatever it was, it didn't belong in their net. But if you thought that last encounter was unsettling, this next one pushes the fear to a whole new level. While cruising through open water, a group of tourists were enjoying the calm until something started moving beneath them. In seconds, several strange figures surfaced, their skin blending so perfectly with the ocean it was almost impossible to tell where the water ended and the creatures began. And then, they started chasing the speedboat.
Cara, que é isso? Olha pra trás, tem mais! Meu Deus do céu! Acelera! Acelera! Ouve esse barulho, isso não é normal! Elas estão cercando a gente! Vai, vai, vai!
But here's the part that made people talk. Mid-chase, the creatures suddenly stopped. No sign of exhaustion, no sign of fear. They just paused, and then slipped back into the water like they were never there. Rumor has it, creatures like these only chase boats to warn humans away from something deeper in the ocean. Others believe they can sense fear, and once they realized the tourists weren't a threat, they vanished. And then there's the darkest theory, that they only stop when something far more dangerous approaches from below. No one knows which one is true, but everyone agrees on one thing. They weren't chasing for fun. Out on the restless waters of the North Sea, a small crew found themselves battling a sudden storm. Thick rain, rising waves, and wind so strong it drowned out their own voices. But the weather quickly became the least of their problems. As the men fought to steady their boat, something began surfacing between the waves. First one head, then another, then another. Rumors have long whispered that mermaids in the North Sea are nothing like the ones in fairy tales. They're territorial, aggressive, and drawn to storms, using the chaos to creep up on boats unnoticed. And some believe these storms aren't random at all, that mermaids summon them whenever humans drift too close to their territory. So what do you think the men encountered? A school of sea creatures caught in the storm? Or something far older and far more intelligent patrolling its domain? In this next clip, a diver exploring a quiet reef almost suffers a full-on heart attack after coming face to face with something he never imagined he'd see beneath the surface. Imagine being alone underwater, and something that looks disturbingly like this suddenly appears out of the blue. How would you react? Freeze, swim, or panic like this diver did? In this next clip, things take an even stranger turn. Far from the tropics and deep in the cold Scottish Highlands, locals say the lochs hold secrets older than the villages that surround them. But nobody expected proof to show up like this. A group working near the shoreline claimed they heard something crying. Almost human, but not quite. When they went to check, they caught this on camera. What makes this clip even more unsettling is the way the creature looks like it's both screaming and crying, almost as if it's mourning. Rumors spread quickly. Some believe mermaids in Scotland are a different breed entirely, known to appear when storms are coming or when someone nearby is in danger. Others think this wasn't anger at all, but fear. Because something else was in the water with it. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. This wasn't a random sighting, and locals say this wasn't the first time strange cries echoed across the loch, and definitely not the last. And if you think that was intense, this next clip takes things to an entirely different level. Deep beneath the surface, inside a research submarine exploring one of the darkest trenches on the planet, the crew stumbled onto something they were never trained to handle. At first, they thought the strange shapes moving through the water were just schools of fish, but as they got closer, the camera picked up something else.
Oh my God. You seeing this?
Keep filming. Keep. Oh, Jesus. They're hitting the glass. Back up, back up.
There's more of them. Look, behind them.
Pressure's holding. Stay calm. Stay.
Crack.
Corner's cracking. Listen.
They're coordinated. They're trying to get in.
What truly sent shivers through the entire team wasn't the creatures themselves. It was what they appeared to be doing, like they were performing some kind of ritual or underwater gathering. So the real question is, did this submarine interrupt something it wasn't supposed to witness? In this next clip, a group of fishermen end up losing their catch in a way they still can't explain. They said everything seemed normal at first, just another heavy net packed with fish. But the moment they started pulling it up, they realized something else was tangled inside.
What in God's name? Jeez, it's coming out! Move! It went over.
Whatever was in that net must have sensed it was being pulled out of the water, because the force it used to push back was nothing like a struggling fish. It yanked the entire net downward as if the ocean itself pulled it back, sending their hard-earned catch crashing into the water in seconds. To this day, none of them can agree on what exactly they felt inside that net, only that it wasn't anything they've caught before. The Titanic may be the most famous tragedy at sea, but sometimes it's moments like this that make people hesitate to step on a ship. Every direction they turned, something flashed beneath the water, and when the men tried to outrun them, it became clear. Escape wasn't an option. With no other choice, they decided to stay calm, hoping the creatures would sense they weren't a threat. Some people believe glowing-eyed sea beings are guardians of deep ocean territories, warning humans to stay away. Others say they mimic ship lights to lure boats off course, but if that's true, what did these ones want? And more importantly, why did they let the men go? In this next clip, the fishermen pulled in their nets expecting the usual catch, but what came up was very different. No one could understand the sounds. Some people say mermaids can talk to the ocean, warning other creatures or asking for help. Others think the chants are meant to confuse humans, but whatever it was, the fishermen were left questioning how much of the ocean's secrets are still beyond human understanding. Another fisherman's net revealed something straight out of a nightmare.
Came up with the net. Wasn't no fish. Still moving.
He held what he called a sea monster, its body writhing weakly as if injured. but then he noticed it wasn't moving the way a normal creature would. Thinking it was struggling, he tossed it back into the water, only for the others on board to insist it was faking its stillness, playing a trick to escape. But I'll leave you to be the judge on this one. In this next video, a group of men sped across the open water in their speedboat, enjoying the calm, until something began chasing them, moving with a speed and precision that no ordinary sea creature should have.
They're still on us! Faster! Listen! Oh my God, look at that! Hold on! Right there! She almost grabbed it! Go! Throttle wide!
The most shocking part of the encounter is that, just as suddenly as they appeared, they vanished beneath the waves. Were they testing them, warning them, or simply curious? You decide. Just when you think the ocean has revealed all its secrets, it reminds you how little you truly know. Some locals were on a small boat, gliding through calm waters, when something unusual caught their eyes. Shapes with an unearthly color moving just beneath the surface. Suddenly, one of the creatures leaped from the water, but strangely, the creatures never came directly for them. Were they hunting, playing, or sending a warning? Whatever it was, the men would never look at the water the same way again. Some say the sea has a mind of its own, and in this next clip, that belief seems closer to reality. A fisherman is seen holding a strange creature he pulled from the water, and according to him, the ocean itself fell eerily silent the moment they lifted it.
Easy. What in God's name are you? Gills. Still moving. The sea's gone quiet. That's not good.
The waves stilled, the usual sounds of the sea vanished, and even the wind seemed to pause. Was the ocean warning them, or was it simply a coincidence? Whatever it was, the moment left the men shaken, and left viewers questioning just how much of the sea remains a mystery. Now, in this next clip, some fishermen hauled in an unusual catch so massive that nearly everyone on board had to join forces just to lift it from the water. Despite their efforts, the creature's strength was too much. It violently broke free and slipped back into the depths. Perhaps that's for the best. One can only begin to imagine what such a being could do if it fully made its way onto their boat. This next clip is recovered footage from January 2014, about 25 miles off Easter Island, showing fishermen under attack. Watch closely.
Try spending all night on deck, mate. You'll go grey like me in a week.
Already halfway there, ain't I? My nose is numb.
Stop winging at me that neck clip.
Hold on, I'm showing everyone how hard we... See that?
It's just a glitch, man. The screen does that sometimes.
Someone in the water! I think it's a woman! Someone in the water!
Woman!
I think it's a woman!
Get that rope clear now.
What is that noise?
White shark coming! White shark!
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus! Did you see that? Oh my God!
God! That was a shark! It took her! It took her!
Did you see that?
Get back from the rail!
Sharks are one thing most humans fear. But when you think about mermaids and sirens, you'd assume they rule the ocean. Until you see this. A shark lunges at the creature, dragging it back into the water. Some believe the shark was trying to protect the men from harm, while others argue it was a natural predatory strike. Either way, it's a moment that leaves more questions than answers. Now, on Cres, one of the largest islands in the Adriatic Sea, long rumored to be a hotspot for strange sea sightings, a diver spent an entire month exploring the waters, hoping to capture something unusual. And finally, he did. He followed the creature deep into the sea, watching it glide effortlessly through the water, almost like a vision from a fantasy come to life. After the clip surfaced, opinions exploded. Some call it proof, others say it's impossible. But the real question remains, is this truly what he saw? Or is it something else entirely? You decide. Now, in this next clip, some men on a boat found themselves being chased by lightning-fast creatures, moving so quickly that escape seemed impossible.
You see how fast? They're faster than us!
According to the men who shared the footage, they were already saying their final prayers when, out of nowhere, a deafening sound echoed through the water, and the creatures suddenly vanished, disappearing as mysteriously as they appeared. What could have scared them off? We may never know. This next clip takes us deep in the chilling waters of the North Sea, where some fishermen thought they had a routine catch, until something truly terrifying surfaced from the water.
Easy, hold it steady.
What the hell is that? Keep the line tight! It's still moving!
Don't let it tear the mesh. Watch your hands.
God, look at its face!
The creature's shape and movements left the men frozen in disbelief. Locals whisper that mermaids in this region are known to lure men into the sea, while others claim these sightings are evidence of ancient sea beasts long thought to be myths. Now imagine being drawn in by a voice from the ocean, only to come face to face with this. Some insist it's a realistic silicon creation, expertly made, but others aren't so sure. Could this be a cleverly crafted prop, or is it something the ocean truly hides? Whether it's real or a creation, one thing is certain. The ocean still holds countless mysteries, and for every sighting, 100 questions remain. Keep your eyes open, because you never know what might surface next.